Ladies and gentlemen, you have just entered the greatest game of Madden 17 you are going to watch this year. And I said this by accident. So, we are all the way on the Saints in the A to Z series. If you guys are unfamiliar, what it is we do to the A to Z series, I play with each and every single team alphabetically in an online ranked match. And I also use that team-specific playbook so I can go on ahead and get familiar with every single team and their offensive playbook. And at the end, I have used all 32 teams' playbook so I can go on ahead and know which playbook I want to go on ahead and feel comfortable with. Now, the thing is, I've been using the Saints playbook since the beta when the game came out early, as we get beat over the top right there, and he takes an early lead. So when I got to the Saints, even though their defense is buns, I'm like, that's great. I'm very familiar with this playbook. 99% of the times, I'm using a team's playbook for the first time. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Speaking of no idea what the hell I'm doing, I forgot to let go of the right trigger as I dive in. I forgot to let go of the right trigger. And instead of sliding, I dive, and the very next play, he beats me over the top again. So just like that, blink of an eye, snap of a finger, I'm down 14-0. But it's like, you know what? It's okay. I know this playbook inside and out. I feel comfortable on offense. I know I can put up points with this playbook. I just need to not fumble. So we get ball at halftime. We're down 2 possessions. It's okay. Plenty of time in the online ranked match. We can make it up. So right here, 3rd and 1. We go to the run, and thankfully we break the tackle. If you guys are new here, because I'm expecting some new folks. This video better generate a bunch of views, man. Share it with everybody. This video is freaking amazing. We use 4th down swaggertry, man. Means I use special teams on 4th down. I punt and kick field goals. It's a fumble! And another fumble. Another one. So back-to-back fumbles. I had 2 possessions. I fumbled twice. I'm down 14-0. It's not looking good, right? It's just not. I'm beyond frustrated right there. And he decides to roll out, throw on the run with Andrew Luck. Very good play. Now, the Saints are obviously a heavily offensive-oriented team. I knew I was going to have a tough time stopping anybody with their very terrible defense. They can't press. As you see T.Y. Hilton being pressed for another touchdown. They can't play zone. Their defense is just terrible. But their offense is great. I should be able to put up points with this offense. And so far, I'm not able to because I fumbled twice. So right here, we just throw really quickly to the flats. And we get ourselves a good gain of 4 yards. So 2nd and 6 right here. And a 3rd fumble. And it's a scoop and score. I'm now down 28-0. I'm not going to lie to you. I was going to quit. I was going to pause and quit and give him the game. The only thing that stopped me from quitting was the fact that I'm using the Saints playbook. Literally, the only thing that stopped me from quitting. It's like, you know what? I've been using different teams' playbooks, and I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. I'm using it for the first time. I'm struggling inside these games. You know what? I've made it all the way to the Saints. I know this. Let me just see what happens this drive. I was just going to see what happens this drive. Because, again, this is my playbook. As Cooks hits the outside and gets me in scoring range. Now we're at the 11-yard line here. We decided to run the ball. Unfortunately, we didn't pick up that block on the outside. So at this point, it's like, okay, 4th down swag is gone. 4th downs, I need to score every single time I have the ball. I'm down 4 possessions. So here we go. We go underneath and we score. First time we score, right? It's a miracle. We didn't fumble that drive. Now, there was a roughing the kicker penalty. Gave me 15 yards, so I decided to squib. Once he recovered, I knew he wasn't going to get that many yards anyway. So we're up 28-7, and now we need stops, right? So now he's going to try and chew clock, which he started to do. Understandable. Smart by him. He brought it down to the 2-minute warning. He throws over the team. It's overthrown, and we get the pick. And I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Do we have a little bit of life here? Do we have a little bit of life? And this is the playbook I needed to try and come back down 4 scores. Drew Breezy, 9 for 9, as he throws a hot one. He throws a dot over the middle. Minute 20 remaining. So right here, Drew Brees standing in the pocket. We're looking. We go underneath right there really quickly. And Drew Brees is 11 for 11. We go to the wide receiver screen. Pick up that block on the outside. Stay on your feet, young fella. And we get the first down. 50 seconds remaining. Really quick drag route underneath the fleener. Unfortunately, we get 6 yards. So we no huddle. And then we throw across the middle for another touchdown. And we get ball back at half. So now we have an opportunity to potentially make it a 1-score game. And that right there would be amazing. Who would have thunk? Right here, I'm calling timeouts. I'm like, no, I want this ball back. I want this ball back. Excuse me. Right here, he decides to run the ball on 3rd and 19, and we call our final timeout of the half. Only 22 seconds remaining. So it's like, okay, let's see if maybe we can just chuck it up and see if we can get lucky here. So we get ourselves a really good return with Cooks to about the 50-yard line. So I wish I had one more timeout. So right here, unfortunately, I get sacked. And I couldn't – he was just rushing 3 standard and running around me and picking up sacks. It was so frustrating, man. But nonetheless, we still have an opportunity to make it a 1-score game here. A 1-score game. So we hit the counter on the left side, pick up the block, and look at Ingram go. And he can go. Oh, hey, give him the stiffy. Oh, we hit him with the juke, and we get stopped at the 6-yard line. Again, we go underneath, really quick drag route, but Fleener drops it. Very next play, same thing, man. Feed Fleener. He catches it. We get stopped at the 2-yard line. Very big play right here. I'm looking, and who else do we go to? Buff Fleener. And we score a touchdown. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now a 1-score game. We were down 28 to 0. It is now a 1-score game. So right here, 2nd and 8. Andrew Luck rolls out, throws it, and it's an interception. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. We have an opportunity to tie this game. But then, unfortunately, I make a mistake, a mental error that I should know better. I should know better. So he drops the pads. Very next play. Look at the tight end. Look how open he is. Look how open he is. And I threw a pick. I should know better. Near the end zone, they jump route. They jump that route all the time. Usually, they go on ahead and they continue backing up, playing their zone. But they don't do that in the red zone because the end zone's there. There's no more room for them to back up. So they come forward and jump the route. I should know that. And I threw a pick. Mental error. Now I see him physically chewing clock. And I'm like, well, okay, not yet. I think it's going to be soon. I think like maybe after this play or something like that. The chew clock does start very soon. And it was like I seen my life flash before my eyes. It's like, oh no, he's out here chewing clock. It's going to be difficult for us. He chucks it up. I don't even click on. I'm nervous. Thankfully, we get the stop. So 3rd and 6 right here. This is a very big play. He rolls out. We got the QB spy out there. It's left, but look at me manually coming, and we recover. And I'm like, okay, we have another chance. Another opportunity for greatness. Another chance to go on ahead and tie this game up as we end up hitting the route over the middle. Another wide receiver screen right here with Cooks. And we get a good gain. We get within the red zone. We get stopped at the 9-yard line. We decide to run the ball, and we stumble forward to the 4-yard line. 4th quarter is here. We run the ball again. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, it is a tie game. He goes on a 28-0 run. I go on a 28-0 run. And now the game is tied. And now, okay, this is definitely where he starts chewing clock. So now I'm nervous, right? I shut him down this entire half. But now all of a sudden, he just starts throwing dots. Now all of a sudden, I just can't stop the damn guy. We recommit there. Thankfully, we were right. 3rd and 3, and he's killing me with these slants. I'm trying to press. I'm shading inside. They don't have the personnel to cover as good as I need them to. They're struggling with the coverage. And it's a fumble, but he recovers. 3rd and 8 right here. We're looking. He runs up. Thankfully, our guy got back up because he was about to be gone. 40-yard line, 4th and 7. He's going to risk it all by going for it. And he picks up the 1st down. I got to let time drip. I got all 3 of my timeouts remaining, but thankfully, he went out of bounds. Right there, instead of scoring, he decides to dive down. And then he starts taking knees, so I got to start calling all my timeouts. I am left with only 26 seconds remaining. I need a miracle for me to come back and win this game or tie this game. Oh, my goodness. We decided to take it out right here, seeing if I can get lucky. Unfortunately, we don't. So right here, I back up, and I'm looking at my options. I know Cook on the left has 96 speed. I'm hoping somehow he gets behind the secondary. Look at the spin move on the right side. He gets free, and then I get nervous. I see him coming towards me. I step up in the pocket. I chuck it up to Cooks, hoping for a prayer. If he catches this, there's plenty of time for me to go on ahead and kick a field goal. But he's not going to catch it. He comes down with it. The young fella comes down with it. And it gives me the opportunity to kick a game-tying field goal. It's overtime. I win the coin toss. I get the ball. I run the counter. And there's plenty of space. And he could go all the way as he eats some medicine. As we end up winning in overtime. If that wasn't the best game you've seen in Madden 17 this year, my Lord, what an unbelievable game. Down 28-0. We come back and win. And he was a top 500 player. My goony goo goo, what a game.